morning everyone, my name is Ms. Neha Galani, working as a lecturer at Institute of Pharmacy and Research, Patna. Today I will give you a demonstration on an equipment called as centrifuge. What is centrifuge? Centrifuge is an equipment that is used to separate the solution to miscible solution or a homogeneous solution which has the particles of different densities. It works on the principle of centrifugal force. Centrifugal force is a force that acts radially outwards, that pulls the objects towards radially outward direction. Those particles which are having high density are pulled outwards and gets collected as pellets or the sediment, and those have particles that have the lower densities floats on the top. Let us first become familiar with the construction of the centrifuge tube, or what are the different parts that are present in this equipment. This as a whole is known as a centrifuge. This is called as a centrifuge lid. Inside of this is a centrifuge chamber. This is rotor. This bucket is called as a rotating bucket. This is a rotor which is connected to the shaft. This shaft is connected to the motor, which when switched on will rotate this bucket in the revolutions, which is counted as the RPM, revolutions per minute. This is the ring which is made of and coated with chrome. This rotor is made up of aluminium alloy. This is called as the bucket which holds the centrifuge tube. The centrifuge tube has a capacity of 15 ml and it can hold up to 23 grams of the liquid. This is a rubber insert. Whenever we are using the centrifuge, we need to insert this rubber insert so that the centrifuge tubes are held firmly into the buckets. After this, we have to place the buckets into these rings of the rotor. Now while operating, we have to keep in mind that always you have to balance the centrifuge tubes into the rotor. So even if you are running one sample, you have to keep the other centrifuge tubes, you may fill it with the water, or you may keep two centrifuge tubes in the opposite direction so that it is balanced symmetrically. Otherwise a destructive vibration may occur. So it is always recommended to load all the buckets into the rotor. So this is all about the centrifuge chamber. Now coming to the dimension, it has a dimension of 310 mm and the maximum centrifugal force that can be applied using this centrifuge is 3500 rpm. As you can see, there are the numbers given as 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So each division applies a centrifugal applies a revolution of 700 rpm. So at the maximum revolutions it can apply to the sample is 3500 rpm. Also it has a weight of 7 kg and the maximum centrifugal force that can be applied to the sample is 1850 grams. Before we start the centrifuge, we need to remember some important instructions. Whenever you start the centrifuge, make sure that the centrifuge is placed on a platform which is steady and which is free from vibrations. As you can see, this is a steady platform and it is free from vibrations. Also, the knob should be at the 0 so that whenever you switch on the destructive vibrations, the empty samples should not run automatically, so which may damage the centrifuge equipment. So it should be always at the 0. So before starting the equipment, you should insert the 3-pin plug of the centrifuge into the 3-pin socket. Then switch on. You can see that the pilot lamp is turned on. The red light indicates that the pilot lamp is turned on. This indicates that the power is being supplied to the centrifuge. Before starting, you have to keep the this is the knob that controls the revolution, so you have to keep it at the 0. There is only one control, it is not temperature controlled, as this is a low speed centrifuge. The centrifuge that we are going to use here is a low speed centrifuge. There are other types of the centrifuge also available, such as low speed centrifuge. Apart from low speed centrifuge, there are high speed centrifuge which operates at a revolutions of around 15,000 to 20,000 rpm, which are used to collect the cell debris or the cell organelles, and the ultra centrifuge which has a temperature control as well, and it operates at a very high speed of 65,000 rpm. So it is provided with the temperature control also, and here where the centrifuge chamber is also kept at is refrigerated and is kept at high vacuum. The one that we are going to use today for our practical is the low speed centrifuge, which has a maximum speed of 3500 rpm. Now we have switched on the equipment. So first we will load our samples. As you can see, I have already explained, this is the bucket and this is the centrifuge tube. So here we are going to separate the milk fat from the milk, or we are going to produce a skimmed milk. This is a milk sample. So I will take out this centrifuge tube and will fill it with the sample. So this is a centrifuge tube. I have filled it with the milk sample and I am loading it into the bucket. So you can see that this moves around this bucket, so it may fall off. So there is a rubber insert that is provided with this. You have to insert it here so that it will hold the centrifuge tube during the rotations. So I am loading this filled centrifuge tube into the hole of the rotor. Always we need to balance the weight here, otherwise there may be breakage of the centrifuge tube. We need to balance the weight, it should be symmetrically balanced. So you have to load all the centrifuge buckets, or you can also insert the another bucket towards the opposite axis. So this will balance the weight and this will not damage the instrument during the operation. So here we have loaded the milk samples into the centrifuge tube, which will be running at the speed of 14 rpm. We will run it for around 20 to 25 minutes so that the fat from the milk gets separated. So before operation, make sure that the lid should be closed. Here I am loading. So I have loaded all the 4 buckets into the rotor and now I will close this lid. So you should never turn on the instrument without closing the lid. Always the lid needs to be closed. Now I will set it to around, this is 700 rpm, this is 1400 and this is 2100. Here I am applying the revolutions of around 2100 rpm and I will keep it for around 15 to 20 minutes to let the cream settle at the top and the milk will be settled at the bottom. Now you can see the centrifuge tubes are rotating around the rotor, around the central axis of the motor. So we have run our samples at a sufficient speed and for the sufficient time. So before we switch off the centrifuge instrument, you have to first minimize the speed from 2100 to 1400, then bring it to the further minimum speed of 700 and then put it to 0, that is switch off the instrument. So you have to slowly minimize the speed. Do not directly switch off the centrifuge. So this may damage the instrument. So these are some points that you need to keep in mind while switching off the instrument. Also, you have, once the centrifuge cycle is completed, switch off the vane switch. Let it rest for some time and then open the lid. So I will remove the centrifuge tube loaded buckets from the ring. Now if you can see, the cream has been separated from the milk. As it is lighter in weight, it will be at the top and the milk would be at the bottom. So this is the separation of the milk cream from the milk. So similarly, the separation has occurred in the other 3 centrifuge tubes also. Apart from this, this instrument can also be used for the separation of the red blood cells components and the urine components in the research and forensic laboratories. It can be used for purification of the mammalian cells. It is also used for the fractionation of the subcellular organelles. It is also used for the separation of the chalk powder from the water, for the clarification and the stabilization of wine. and it also has a numerous application in separation of the miscible liquids where there are particles of the different densities. Thank you.